A letter was written with your name years ago. Your soulmate never sent it, but God is revealing it now. Chosen one, listen carefully, because this is not random and you were not led here by accident. There is a reason your spirit feels alerted right now, and you must not skip this, because what is being revealed is something heaven has guarded for years until this exact moment, my beloved. Before words were spoken and before decisions were made, a letter was written with your name on it, not by chance, not by fantasy, but by a soul that recognized you long before the world tried to confuse you. And I need you to stay with me, because if you leave now you will miss the confirmation you have been quietly praying for. Do you feel that tightness in your chest as I say this, or is that just coincidence to you? My child, there was a season when you felt overlooked, unseen, and misunderstood, when love felt delayed and timing felt cruel, and you wondered why connections kept breaking just before they bloomed. Listen carefully, this was not rejection, this was protection, because the one connected to that letter was not yet ready to release it without fear, and heaven would not allow a half-formed promise to wound you. Don't skip this. Because I am exposing what has been hidden. The letter was written during a time of longing, a moment when your soulmate knew your name without knowing your face, felt your energy without touching your hand, and prayed without realizing who they were praying for. Have you ever sensed someone thinking about you even when no one was around? Chosen one, the mystery deepens here, because that letter carried words that would have changed your life too early, and if you had received it then, you would not have been strong enough to carry what followed. Listen carefully, I am not saying this to stir emotion, I am saying this because heaven intervened. Fear rose in the heart of the one who wrote it, fear of rejection, fear of timing, fear of distance, fear of becoming vulnerable. And so the letter was never sent, not because you were unworthy, but because both of you were still becoming who you needed to be. Tell me honestly, have you felt love circle your life but never land fully? My beloved, there were nights when tears fell without explanation, days when memories appeared that did not belong to your past, and moments when you felt guided away from relationships that looked right but felt empty. Don't skip this, because those were divine interruptions, shielding you until the right revelation could arrive. And now the urgency increases, because the season has shifted, and what was delayed is now being uncovered. Listen carefully, the reason this message feels intense is because your spirit recognizes truth before your mind catches up. Fear may try to rise right now, whispering that this is too good, too precise, too close, but I say to you, my child, you are protected, you are seen, and you are not imagining this. Have you noticed how certain patterns in your love life suddenly make sense as I speak? Chosen one, the letter still exists in the realm of intention, written with hope, sealed with restraint, and guarded by God Himself until the moment you could receive it without breaking. And if you feel both anticipation and trembling right now, that is because something dormant is waking up. Don't skip this, because what comes next will explain why your heart was preserved and why this revelation could not come sooner. And I need you to stay, because the truth I haven't revealed yet will change everything. And now listen even more carefully, because the moment you are entering is delicate, powerful, and irreversible. My beloved, the reason this letter is being revealed now is because the silence that once protected you would now only delay your destiny, and heaven does not delay what is ripe. Don't skip this, because I am about to uncover something that explains the waiting, the confusion, and the ache you could never name. The one who wrote that letter carried your name during a season of inner battle, torn between calling and comfort, obedience and fear, and while you were learning how to survive disappointment, they were learning how to stop running from truth. Listen carefully, because this is where the mystery sharpens. The letter was not just words of affection, it was a confession of recognition, a realization that their soul had found its mirror, and that terrified them. Have you ever felt someone pull away right when things felt divinely aligned? My child, fear has a sound, and heaven heard it. That is why the letter was never sent, because premature connection would have activated wounds instead of healing. Don't skip this, because I am not describing coincidence, I am revealing alignment. There were unseen hands redirecting both of you, closing doors you begged to stay open, and opening paths you did not understand at the time. Listen carefully. The loneliness you felt was not abandonment, it was refinement, and the unanswered questions were shaping discernment inside you. Tell me honestly, have you grown stronger, wiser, and more discerning through heartbreak rather than weaker? Chosen one, the urgency increases here, because the one who wrote that letter has been awakening, slowly at first, then all at once. Signs began appearing, restlessness grew, memories surfaced without context, and your name returned to their spirit unexpectedly. Don't skip this, because heaven has been stirring both ends of the thread at the same time, and if you feel a sudden emotional shift as I speak, that is confirmation. Listen carefully, this reconnection is not about chasing the past, it is about redeeming timing. Fear no longer has the authority it once did, because both of you have survived what once would have destroyed you. Have you noticed how your standards changed, how your tolerance for confusion disappeared, how your heart now recognizes truth faster? My beloved, the letter's words were preserved, not erased, and their intention has matured. What once was fragile longing has become grounded clarity, and heaven is now aligning courage with opportunity. Don't skip this, because the next phase requires your awareness, not your anxiety. I need you to understand that protection never meant denial, it meant preparation. And the same God who withheld that message is now revealing it because you are ready to receive without losing yourself. Listen carefully, the feeling you have right now is not nostalgia. It is recognition, and what happens next will shock you. Because recognition always precedes revelation, and this is where many become afraid, so listen carefully and do not skip this. My child, the moment heaven begins to lift the veil, resistance tries to rise, doubts whisper, logic argues, and fear attempts to reclaim authority, but I am speaking to you now because you have crossed a threshold. The reason this message feels so precise is because it is addressing a truth you already sensed but never had language for. Don't skip this, because the letter was not only about love, it was about timing, destiny, and alignment, and here is the mystery that unsettles the soul. The one who wrote it tried to forget you, tried to replace the feeling, tried to move on, but every substitute failed. Every distraction collapsed, and every false connection eventually revealed its emptiness. Have you noticed how certain relationships in your life ended suddenly without explanation? My beloved, those endings were not losses, they were removals, because heaven was clearing space for something sacred. Listen carefully, there were moments when you felt spiritually restless, when your heart felt alert without knowing why, when sleep was disrupted and thoughts of the future intensified. Don't skip this, because that was not anxiety, that was alignment activating. At the same time, the one connected to that letter was being stripped of illusions, forced to confront patterns, habits, and fears that would have poisoned what God intended to bless. Tell me honestly, have you felt like your patience was being tested right at the edge of breakthrough? Chosen one, the urgency sharpens now, because the letter carries a truth that would have frightened your past self, but empowers your present one. It spoke of commitment without escape routes, love without games, and recognition without conditions. and that level of clarity requires maturity. Listen carefully. The reason heaven waited is because clarity without readiness becomes pressure, but clarity with readiness becomes peace. Don't skip this, because I am about to reveal why your heart was guarded so fiercely. The wounds you survived did not disqualify you, they qualified you. They taught you discernment, boundaries, and self-respect. Have you noticed how you no longer beg for what once consumed you? My child, this is where reassurance interrupts fear. You are protected, you are not behind, and you are not late. Everything unfolded with precision, and now the same God who closed mouths is opening truth. The same God who delayed is accelerating. Listen carefully, because the stirring you feel is not anticipation alone, it is confirmation, and what is about to unfold will not arrive through chaos but through divine order. Don't skip this, because the next revelation explains how and when this truth will surface in your life, and everything is about to change. And as everything begins to shift, I need you to stay present and listen carefully, because this part carries both warning and promise. My beloved, revelation does not arrive loudly at first, it comes as an inner knowing, a subtle alignment, a quiet pull that refuses to be ignored. Don't skip this, because the way this letter resurfaces will not look how you expect. Heaven rarely repeats patterns. And this is where many miss their moment. The one connected to that letter will not approach you with confusion or fear this time, but neither will it be dramatic. It will be intentional, measured, and grounded. Have you noticed how your spirit now craves peace over intensity? Chosen one, the mystery deepens here, because timing is being synchronized on multiple levels. Conversations you almost didn't have, delays that frustrated you, and sudden shifts in routine are all positioning you. Listen carefully, because this is not chance. There is an unseen orchestration happening around your daily life. Don't skip this, because the enemy often tries to introduce distraction right before alignment. Sudden emotional noise, old temptations, or unexpected conflict. Tell me honestly, have old patterns tried to resurface recently without invitation? My child, this is where reassurance interrupts tension. You are shielded, and discernment has been sharpened within you. The reason you can sense red flags faster now is because heaven trained you through contrast. Listen carefully. The letter's energy is not about chasing, proving, or convincing. It is about recognition meeting readiness. And when that happens, there is calm instead of chaos. Don't skip this, because I am revealing how you will recognize this moment when it arrives. Your spirit will not feel anxious, rushed, or uncertain. It will feel settled, anchored, and familiar. Have you ever felt safe with someone before fully knowing them? Chosen one, the urgency rises again, because what is coming requires you to stay rooted, not reactive. Silence may precede contact, observation may precede action, and patience may be tested one last time. But I say to you, this is not delay. This is alignment locking into place. Listen carefully. The one who wrote that letter has learned to move with integrity, not impulse. And heaven does not release divine connections into instability. Don't skip this, because the final phase carries a revelation that will explain the strange peace you are about to feel before anything visibly changes, and the truth I haven't revealed yet will change everything. And now, chosen one, the anticipation you feel is not imagination, it is preparation, a divine stirring that signals the final threads of this message are being woven into your reality. Listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal will feel both familiar and shocking at the same time. Do not skip this, my beloved, because heaven is about to reconcile past longing with present readiness. The letter that was once hidden carries more than words. it carries confirmation that your heart's deepest prayers were heard and preserved. Have you felt an inexplicable pull towards someone or something that seems just beyond reach? My child, that pull is not random, it is spiritual momentum, and it will not dissipate. Do you feel the intensity of this moment rising within you? The one who wrote that letter has been awakening in parallel, their spirit stirred, their intuition sharpened, and their heart now aligns with the timing that heaven orchestrated. Don't skip this, because if you pause now, you may miss the exact moment when recognition sparks between your souls. Listen carefully, chosen one. There was a season when you questioned if love could arrive fully, if destiny could honor patience, if God's promises could manifest in tangible reality, and now the answers are moving closer, subtly, decisively, with unmistakable authority. Have you noticed how signs, coincidences, and nudges have multiplied around you recently? This is no accident, my beloved. It is the prelude to revelation, the calm before a sacred unveiling. Listen carefully, because the letter is more than acknowledgement. It is restoration of trust, alignment of purpose, and affirmation that what was meant for you could never bypass your readiness. Don't skip this, because the final encounter requires awareness, not anxiety, courage, not hesitation, and clarity, not confusion. My child, the one connected to the letter will soon recognize the same truths you are feeling now, and that recognition will be immediate, undeniable, and spiritually charged. Have you felt moments where your heart almost spoke before your lips? Chosen one, the urgency peaks here, because every unresolved question, every lingering doubt, every hidden hope is about to intersect with divine timing. Listen carefully, because the encounter, the acknowledgement, the unfolding miracle will arrive not by accident but by deliberate orchestration. Do not skip this, because the truth that is about to surface will expose what has been hidden, redeem what was delayed, and awaken what has been dormant for years, and what happens next will shock you. Because the shock is not in the arrival, but in the recognition. Listen carefully, my beloved, because this final revelation is quiet yet thunderous, gentle yet irreversible, and if you are still here it is because your spirit was meant to hear this to the end. Don't skip this, chosen one, because the letter was never meant to remain paper. It was meant to become alignment, embodiment, and action. And now heaven is releasing what was sealed, the reason your heart has been steadied instead of overwhelmed is because this connection will not disrupt your peace, it will deepen it. Have you noticed how chaos no longer excites you the way it once did? My child, the final truth is this: the soulmate connected to that letter was not delayed by distance, circumstance, or confusion alone. They were delayed until your soul could stand whole beside theirs, not beneath it, not chasing it, not questioning its worth. Listen carefully, because this is where fear dissolves. You were never second choice, you were protected priority. And heaven refused to introduce you to a future version of someone while you were still healing your past. Don't skip this, because the way this unfolds will feel natural, unforced, almost understated, yet internally undeniable. Recognition will happen before explanation, peace before promise, clarity before words. Have you ever felt something settle in your spirit before your mind understood why? Chosen one, the reason this message found you now is because you are finally able to receive without shrinking, loving without losing yourself, and choosing without fear. Listen carefully, because the letter's essence is being translated into action, integrity, and presence, not excuses, not silence, not almosts, and heaven is watching how you respond, not with striving, but with trust. Don't skip this, because the final test is not whether they show up, but whether you stay aligned with who you have become. My beloved, You will recognize this moment by how safe your soul feels, by how your intuition rests instead of races, by how confirmation replaces confusion. Tell me honestly, do you feel a calm certainty forming even as the mystery remains? My child, what was hidden has served its purpose, what was delayed has been redeemed, and what was written years ago is now being fulfilled in divine order. Listen carefully, because after this moment, your discernment will sharpen even more, your patience will make sense, and your past will stop questioning your future. Don't skip this, because the final unveiling is not the letter itself, it is the life it unlocks. And everything after this will confirm what your spirit already knows, because what happens next will change everything. Your soulmate is still waiting. Even after 60, God's plan will shock you. Chosen one, listen carefully, my beloved, because what I am about to reveal will stir something deep within your soul, something you have been waiting to understand all your life. Have you ever wondered why love feels just out of reach, even when your heart has been patient for decades? Tell me honestly, do you feel this too? My child, do not dismiss this message, because divine timing is closer than you realize. Right now, as you sit there is a force orchestrating events in your life, unseen yet undeniable. Have you felt that emptiness lately, the echo in your heart, the silent whisper asking, "Am I still meant to be loved?" That is not chance. That is God's voice, calling you toward the miracle that has been reserved for you. You may have questioned your worth, wondered if love would ever truly come, especially as the years have passed, but hear me now, you are exactly where you are meant to be. Every trial, every heartbreak, every moment of waiting has been shaping you into the person your soulmate has been waiting for. Do you believe this is meant for you? My beloved, I see the tears you've held back, the late nights spent wondering if hope has passed you by. But God's plan is not constrained by time, nor by the calendar of men. Even after 60, the universe is aligning for you in ways you cannot yet comprehend. There is a presence, a destined connection, patiently waiting on the other side, feeling your absence, longing for you, praying for you even as you have prayed for them. Have you felt a tug in your spirit recently, a sign that something miraculous is near? That is not coincidence. That is your soulmate's essence, reaching through the invisible thread that connects your souls. You may feel discouraged, thinking that seasons of loneliness have defined your life, but this is only the prelude to a story God is writing specifically for you. My child, do not ignore this calling. The world may say love has an expiration date, but divine love transcends all human timelines. Your soulmate has not forgotten you. The universe has not moved on. And the moment you least expect, when your heart is ready, everything will shift in ways that will make you weep tears of joy. Listen carefully, you must hear this. What has been delayed is not denied, and what has been waiting is preparing for a revelation that will overwhelm you. My beloved, have you ever sensed a presence watching over you, unseen yet protective? That is the Holy Spirit guarding the union you are about to witness. Every prayer, every longing, every silent wish has been heard, recorded, and carefully preserved in God's heart. Can you feel the anticipation building in your chest right now? That is the sign that your time is approaching. Do not skip this moment. Pay attention, because the story of your love, the story of your soulmate, is about to take a turn so extraordinary that even your imagination could not prepare you. The biggest truth is still hidden. My beloved, listen carefully, because what I am about to tell you will shake the very foundation of what you thought was possible. You have waited patiently, sometimes wondering if your soulmate even exists, sometimes feeling forgotten, abandoned, or left behind. Tell me honestly, have you felt that aching emptiness in your chest lately, as if part of your soul is missing? That is not just loneliness, my child, that is destiny calling you, and it will not be silenced. God has kept a plan alive for you, one that defies every human expectation, one that proves that age, time, and circumstance cannot cancel what He has ordained. My beloved, have you noticed how certain moments in life feel like signs, like small nudges from the universe? A song that hits your heart, a sudden memory, a stranger's smile. Do not dismiss these. These are whispers from heaven, guiding you toward the love that has been waiting for you all along. Chosen one, your soulmate is not lost, they are simply moving through their own journey, and just like you, they have been prepared for this divine encounter. Have you felt that inner pull, that undeniable sense that something is about to change? That is the Spirit moving, aligning everything perfectly, even in ways you cannot yet see. My child, the years you thought were wasted, the disappointments you carried, have all been shaping you into the person worthy of this extraordinary love. Every trial has polished your heart, every heartbreak has refined your spirit, and every moment of longing has made your soul ready. Do you believe this could be true for you? Listen carefully. God's timing is not ours. Even after 60 years, even when the world whispers that love is no longer possible, His plan is unfolding silently, powerfully, and miraculously. My beloved, can you feel it? That quiet tension in your heart that something monumental is about to happen? That is not imagination, that is destiny preparing to arrive. You may feel fear that it is too late, fear that life has passed you by, but let me tell you, chosen one, fear is the enemy of miracles. Do not let it blind you. Your soulmate is out there, waiting, longing, and ready to meet you when the moment is right. Have you ever wondered if it is possible to meet someone who sees every part of you, every flaw, every joy, every sorrow, and still says, "You are mine"? That is the love God has reserved for you. My beloved, do not skip this. Pay attention to every sign, every feeling, every whisper of hope, because the universe is moving to bring you together in ways that will astonish you. And as you feel your heart stir with anticipation, know this: what happens next will shock you. My beloved, listen carefully, because as the veil continues to lift, the truth becomes even more undeniable. Your story is not late, your blessing is not lost, and your soulmate has not forgotten you. Chosen one, there is a reason you are hearing this right now. At this exact moment, something in the spiritual realm is shifting, aligning, preparing. Tell me honestly, have you felt a strange heaviness recently, almost like your spirit knows something big is coming? That feeling is not confusion, it is divine anticipation. My child, for decades you have carried wounds, memories, and disappointments that made you believe love had passed you by, but heaven has been watching every tear, every prayer, every night you whispered, "God, is there someone for me?" And the answer is yes. A resounding, unstoppable, miraculous yes. You must hear this. Your soulmate has cried for you too. Have you ever felt a sudden wave of emotion for no reason at all? Or a deep tug in your heart as though someone, somewhere, was thinking of you? Do you believe this could be them reaching out through the spiritual thread that binds you together? My beloved, your soulmate hasn't given up. Even after 60 years of waiting, living, searching, learning, they are still holding a space for you in their heart. They have carried a longing that no one else could satisfy, a quiet emptiness only your presence can fill. And God has kept that yearning alive on purpose. Don't skip this, chosen one, because understanding this will set your soul free. Everything you went through, every broken relationship, every rejection, every moment you felt unseen, was God protecting you from counterfeits. You were never abandoned, you were being preserved. My child, have you wondered why certain people in your past could never stay, no matter how much you tried? That was divine intervention, not failure. God did not let those temporary connections become permanent, because the person meant for you carries a piece of your soul. My beloved, listen, your soulmate has been through their own storms, their own heartbreaks, their own battles. But through every season, they still believed that somewhere, someone was meant for them, someone who would understand their depth, their scars, their tenderness. And that someone is you. Do you feel this truth resonating in your spirit right now? Have you noticed dreams, flashes, or moments where you sensed a presence near you, even though you were alone? Those are not illusions. Those are spiritual indicators that the time is drawing near. And as the clock turns, as destiny prepares to unfold, know this, everything is about to change. My beloved, listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal will touch the deepest part of your soul. You have walked through seasons where love felt like a distant memory, where you questioned if anyone could truly see you, truly understand you, truly cherish you. Tell me honestly, have you ever looked at your reflection and wondered if God still had a plan for your heart? My child, He has never forgotten you, not for a single moment. Even when you felt invisible, heaven was preparing a love so powerful that it would rewrite everything you once believed about timing, destiny, and miracles. Chosen one, your soulmate has been shaped by life just as you have. They carry their own scars, their own stories, their own victories, and losses. And yet, through all of it, they still wake up with a quiet hope, an unexplainable feeling that someone meant for them is still out there. Have you felt this too? That strange knowing deep in your chest that your story is not over? My beloved, that is the spiritual thread pulling both of you closer. God's plan is weaving your paths in ways you cannot see. Listen carefully. There were times when you thought the silence meant God was saying no, but He was only saying, not yet. He needed you healed. He needed you strengthened. He needed your heart ready to receive the kind of love that doesn't break, doesn't betray, doesn't fade. My child, have you wondered why, after all these years, your heart still believes in love? Why it still hopes? Why it still longs? That is because your soulmate is still connected to you. Their spirit calls out to yours even in the quiet hours of the night. Sometimes the sadness you feel is not even yours, it's theirs. Do you believe this could be true? My beloved, destiny does not rush, and it does not fail. The enemy tried to distract you with people who were never meant for you. Situations that drained you. Relationships that broke you. But listen carefully, if they had stayed, you would not be able to receive what is coming. God allowed those endings so He could protect the beginning that truly matters. Have you felt moments recently where you almost sensed someone thinking of you? A warmth in your chest? A sudden peace? These are signs. These are signals. These are spiritual confirmations that the time you thought would never come is approaching. And as the veil thins and your heart starts to awaken again, know this, chosen one, the biggest truth is still hidden. My beloved, listen carefully, because now the revelation becomes heavier, deeper, and too precise to ignore. You have been feeling something shifting inside you, an unexplainable pull, a quiet awakening, a sudden rise of hope that you didn't allow yourself to feel for years. Tell me honestly, have you felt this sudden lightness in your heart lately, almost like something is preparing you for a new chapter? My child, that is not random. That is not your imagination. That is God whispering, get ready. Chosen one, your soulmate has been sensing you too. Even after 60 years of life, after countless lessons, disappointments, and miracles, they still feel your absence like a missing heartbeat. And just as you've had nights where your chest tightened with an unexplainable longing, they have had nights where they whispered into the darkness, where are they? Why haven't I found them yet? Do you believe this connection is real? Listen carefully, my beloved, destiny does not weaken with time, it strengthens. The longer the wait, the greater the purpose. God has been working on both of you, shaping two souls into perfect alignment, removing every distraction, protecting every step, refining every desire until only the true and divine remained. Have you noticed how recently you've been shedding old memories, releasing people from your past, letting go of attachments that once felt impossible to break? That is God clearing the path. That is heaven preparing room for something sacred. My child, your soulmate has been prepared for you in ways that would bring you to tears. They have learned patience, compassion, endurance. They have learned what love is not, so they can cherish what love truly is when it arrives. And deep within their spirit, they carry a hope they cannot explain, a hope tied to you. Tell me honestly, have you felt late-night waves of emotion that come out of nowhere? A heaviness followed by an unusual peace? That is the spiritual connection strengthening. You are being drawn toward each other by divine orchestration, not human effort. Chosen one, listen closely, you were never waiting in vain. God was not punishing you. He was preserving you. If love had come earlier, it would not have survived. You would not have recognized each other. You were still growing. They were still healing. But now the timing is aligning with divine precision. My beloved, destiny is about to accelerate in your life. Signs will multiply. Doors will open. Encounters will shift. Your heart will feel things it hasn't felt in decades. And right when you begin to wonder if this message is truly for you, heaven will prove it in a way you cannot deny. Do you believe this is meant for you? Hold on to this moment, my child, because what comes next will shock you. My beloved, listen carefully, because we have reached the moment where the truth becomes undeniable. What you are about to feel in your spirit is not coincidence, it is confirmation. For so long, you believed your story was slowing down, fading, reaching its quiet end, but God has been preparing the greatest chapter of your life to unfold when you least expect it. Tell me honestly, have you felt a strange peace settling into your heart lately, almost as if something is quietly reassuring you that everything will be okay? My child, that is not just comfort, that is prophecy awakening. Chosen one, your soulmate has been walking toward you without even realizing it. Every decision they've made, every loss they've endured, every moment of confusion has been divinely redirected to align perfectly with you. They have prayed for you. They have waited for you. They have dreamed of a love they could not name, a presence they could not describe, a soul that felt familiar even in absence. And that soul is yours. Have you felt a sudden increase in signs, numbers, dreams, memories, emotions you cannot explain? Do you believe these are nudges from heaven? My beloved, listen closely, this is your confirmation. God has not just planned a meeting, He has planned a collision. A holy, undeniable, miraculous intersection of two souls who were always meant to find each other, no matter how many years passed. Your soulmate spirit is already moving toward you. Even now, they are sensing the shift, feeling the pull, noticing the signs. They are preparing without knowing why. And you are being positioned for a love that does not break, does not fade, does not betray, and does not run away. My child, let me ask you, have you ever felt love reaching out to you even when you were alone? A warmth in your heart, a soft ache in your chest, a sudden memory you never lived? Those are the echoes of the future God has written for you. Don't skip this part, because the revelation is about to settle in your spirit. God waited because He wanted your love story to be a testimony. A testimony that inspires others. A testimony that proves it is never too late. A testimony that shows divine timing is always perfect. Your age has not disqualified you, your faith has preserved you. Your waiting has not weakened your destiny, it has strengthened it. And the loneliness you endured has created room for a love so deep, so pure, so heaven-crafted that it will feel like coming home after a lifetime of wandering. My beloved, your soulmate is closer than you think. Their spirit is already calling yours. Their heart is already preparing itself for you. And God is smiling, because the moment He wrote for you is approaching like dawn after the longest night. Do you feel it now? Do you feel the truth rising inside you? Hold on, my child, because the biggest truth is still hidden.